Have you ever been told that you are subject to confirmation bias? Well, it's true, you are, because everybody is. Our senses are flooded with millions of bits of information in every moment, and our mind can only take in a tiny fraction of those. So how does it cope? Well, it selects a certain portion of that information. And so there is a great deal that we miss. As regular viewers will know, I have been reading a book entitled Gods, Voices and the Bicameral Mind. And in that book, anthropologist Brian McVeigh writes, "Interiorized experience is not perception." Or to put it another way, the mind's eye is not the real eye. Think about what you're looking at right now. You imagine that you see me talking to you. But in reality, you're looking at millions of tiny points of light that your mind puts together into the representation of me speaking. And it's not until I do something like this that you remember that what you are looking at isn't real. I wonder if you've had the experience of driving a new car and suddenly seeing them everywhere. Is it because thousands of people have suddenly gone out and bought the same kind of car as you? No, it's not. It's just that you haven't noticed them before. Have you ever run into someone on the street whom you knew well, who looked straight through you? There have been occasions where I've given a talk and someone has come up to me afterwards to thank me for making a particular point. And on reflection, I realise it's something that I never actually said. And there have been times when I've read something in a letter or an email that upon second reading, I realise was never there in the first place. The fact is, we are all predisposed to recognise and accept as true what we expect to see. So our beliefs play a significant and often unacknowledged role in shaping the way we see and experience the world. And this is why I would argue that atheism is a belief system and that it has a major impact upon the experience of its adherents. So how do you protect yourself from confirmation bias? Well, in a sense, you can't. But the first thing you should do is recognise your own susceptibility to it. And this isn't something you should do for anyone else. This is only your own perceptions of the world. Secondly, you could seek out different perspectives and points of view other than your own. Listen to them rather than condemning or instantly rejecting them. And be prepared to ask yourself some hard questions. Look especially at those questions that you avoid and the evidence that you dismiss too quickly. And a final and perhaps obvious pro tip is to notice that the people going around talking about confirmation bias are frequently the people who have forgotten that it applies to themselves. Now, if you're further interested in this topic, or perhaps you don't believe me, then I'd recommend you go have a look at both of these videos. Watch them all the way to the end, and then come back here and tell me what you think.